September 2008. Lehman Brothers collapsed. More than $600 billion in debt evaporated in a single weekend. Employees walked out carrying cardboard boxes, defeated soldiers abandoning the front lines. The Dow Jones plunged 504 points, retirements vanished, families were evicted. The global system seemed to crumble like a castle in flames. But in the midst of panic, 4 men saw something else. To them, the crisis wasn't the end, it was the beginning of an offensive. John Paulson, who armed the time bomb against the housing bubble. Michael Burry, the lone general who resisted even against his own allies. James Simons, the mathematician who unleashed a swarm of machines on the battlefield. Seth Klarman, the patient strategist who stored dry powder to strike at the height of destruction. While millions fled, they marched, each with his own weapon of war. In 2006, Paulson seemed like just another manager in New York. But when he looked at subprime mortgages, he didn't see gold, he saw dynamite. While Wall Street wrapped rotten debts in shiny packages, he built his lethal bet: credit default swaps, insurance that only pays when everything burns. Colleagues laughed. What if the party keeps going, they asked. Paulson knew, if his timing was wrong, he was finished, but he held firm. In 2007, when the first houses were abandoned, the bomb detonated. His fund made $15 billion, and he pocketed $4 billion personally. In 2008, amid the ruins, he added another $2 billion. He became the architect of the greatest bet in Wall Street history. But his victory carried a price: millions of lives destroyed. Paulson didn't just profit from the collapse, he helped design it. Would you have the courage to bet against the entire world, knowing that if you were wrong, you'd be crushed along with it? In California, in a modest office, Michael Burry fought his war alone. A doctor by training, obsessed with numbers, he read mortgage contracts line by line. He discovered the cancer no one wanted to see: unsustainable loans, families doomed from the start. From 2005 to 2007, he bought millions in credit default swaps. His own investors revolted. They sued him, demanded withdrawals, called him insane. He locked himself in his office, ignored phone calls, a general alone in a trench surrounded on all sides. But when mortgages began failing en masse, Burry exploded along with them. Result: $100 million personally and $700 million for clients. An epic victory that left him exhausted. Soon after, he shut down his fund. Courage or madness? Could you endure being called insane for years just to prove you were right in the end? While Paulson and Burry bled in the human war, James Simons fought on another front. A brilliant mathematician, former Cold War codebreaker, he founded Renaissance Technologies. His weapon? The Medallion Fund, an army of secret algorithms. In 2008, while the S&P 500 dropped 35%, Medallion surged with a 98% net return. Simons personally made $2.5 billion. No shouting, no nerves, just machines advancing like a swarm, exploiting every microcrack in the market. While ordinary investors wept before red screens, Simons looked at equations. In the midst of panic, who wins? Human emotion or machine discipline? Seth Klarman, the Oracle of Boston, didn't bet against the system. He waited. While Wall Street partied, he stockpiled cash, dry powder ignored for years. When the crisis erupted, he raised $4 billion in a month. He bought distressed bonds, abandoned stocks, collapsing companies. Some bets returned 25% right in the middle of the crisis. While everyone else fled, he attacked with stored ammunition. Sometimes the greatest victory is knowing how to wait until the enemy collapses before pulling the trigger. 4 men, 4 weapons, 4 ways to win in chaos. Paulson, aggressive explosion. Destroy the system and profit from the rubble. Burry, solitary resistance. Hold your conviction against everyone. Simons, machine discipline. Cold algorithms defeating human panic. Klarman, strategic patience. Hoard ammunition until the collapse. All different, all victorious. What did they have in common? They chose a trench and fought to the end. And here is the brutal truth. The next crisis will come. Maybe not housing, maybe not banking, but it will come, because the system always creates bubbles and always collapses. When it comes, you'll have two options: run with the crowd into the abyss, or choose your trench and fight with strategy. The decision is yours, but remember, the time to prepare has already begun. History has shown that in every crisis, some fall and a few rise. Paulson attacked, Burry resisted alone, Simons trusted the machines, Klarman waited with patience. And you? In the next crisis, you could be just another person carrying boxes in despair, or you could choose your trench and fight with strategy. The decision is yours. Tell me in the comments which of these 4 weapons of war would you trust? And share this video with someone who needs to prepare before it's too late.